Whoever wants to read, please put your name in the chat box so that.
Thank you. Yeah, I have started the recording also. So yeah,
Hmm. So,
so you
shall we
just repeat
start the
the
reading?
name of the topic, yeah, and you start whenever you want to. So just
Hmm.
letting know. So hi,
Yeah,
hello
we can.
everyone. Good morning, Rajkumar.
Good morning.
Deepa, we completed spend out yesterday, and there is the last part that is only left now. After
Yeah,
that,
give
the one
something
after
up.
that. Yeah,
Give
yeah.
something up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is the only one that is left, and then we can open up for the discussion.
I'll give a quick recap of this chapter. So, this chapter, July month, we are reading about money, how money is essential, and how we should use it, how we should spend it, and whether money gives happiness, whether can you recall anything more, Mansi? And we should be careful spenders. There are satisfiers, and there are people who are maximizers. So we try to get the maximum out of everything, and also trying to be satisfied with what we have. Be careful splendors, and sometimes we need to indulge ourselves. Maybe like to get a better result of something, to have a better quality. Uh, we need to indulge ourselves. And yesterday, Aarti gave a different outlook. She said that sometimes we manifest what happens with money. If we are saving for a medical purpose, then most probably we'll end up having a medical bill. So instead of saving for a medical purpose, we should save for a joy and happiness, for a vacation, for a good time. So if save that way, then we can manifest that thing happening, the vacation. So yeah, insurance are important. Healthcare ke liye it is important, but we should not keep a major chunk on it or think about it a lot. So that was her take on the reading. So today we are left with just a tiny mini bit of this, and then we can go for a good discussion on whatever we have read so far in the past 6 months. So, and then we'll meet up again next month, around July end, maybe, for the next chapter. Okay, so I'll share my screen now, and people who want to read, please put your name so that it's easy to go with the proper flow, no confusion.
Yeah, Rajkumar sir has already put his name. Uh,
Yeah.
Anyone else who wants to read can put because today is a very small topic to read. So yeah.
So, is my screen visible?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So the writer here, she's giving quotes from her blog also. She's a blog writer. So she puts a comment and she asks for people to share their experience related to her comment. So what you're seeing on the screen is some of the comments her followers have posted. So we are going for give something up. From there we are starting today. So sir, if you're ready, you
Yeah,
can.
yeah, yes. Give something up. Sometimes something that makes you happy also makes you unhappy. Like smoking, cigarettes, having one more cupcake, staying up until 3 a.m. to watch The Godfather for the fifth time, and surely one of the most popular happy unhappy activities, shopping. Many people get a big kick out of buying things, but once they are home, cash register happiness changes so remorse and guilt. Although I am generally an underbuyer, every once in a while I do switch to a buy setting. A friend once described this as my drive by shopping mode. This happened when we moved to our current apartment. For the first time, I had my own little home office and I went nuts outfitting it. I bought a complicated desk chair, a wooden desktop organizer, special boxes to hold my supplies, all kinds of mailing envelopes, and elaborate notebooks and sticky pads, fancy rubber bands printed with patterns, a headset for my phone, an extra battery for my laptop, anything I could think of. It was after I bought a magnetic paper clip holder shaped like a little chirping bird that I started to feel guilty about the amount of stuff I was accumulating. I resolved to give something up. I had everything I really needed, and I made a rule for myself: no more purchases for the office. I cut that category of spending out altogether, and it felt good to say no to myself and to stop buying enough. When I wrote a blog post about my experience of resolving to give something up, someone wrote to say it is better to focus on the positive instead of telling yourself no or never or don't. Focus on what you want and be moderate. Otherwise, you are just setting yourself up to backslide and fail. That is a good point to keep in mind, but I don't agree that it is always true. First of all, when I am trying to give something up, I find it easier to give it up entirely than to try to indulge moderately. Also, sometimes it feels I'm going to stop. No more. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. Happiness experts sticking to a decision is a source of happiness because it gives you a feeling of control, of efficacy, and of responsibility. At times of financial stress, in particular, taking control of your finances, even symbolically, can boost your mood because you are taking steps to control and improve your situation. At a time when I was feeling anxious about the expenditures related to our new apartment, it was comforting to refuse to spend any more in one particular area. This was not really economically rational because buying one kitchen chair dwarfed my savings on a stapler, but it was psychologically effective nevertheless. I asked Bing, I asked blog readers if anyone had ever boosted his or her happiness by giving up a category of purchases entirely, and many people posted about their own forfeits, grabbing a cinnabon in airports so expensive and so unhealthy, owning a car, lottery tickets, printed periodicals. Now I read newspapers and magazines online only and trading up to get the latest cell phone. When I moved into my current place about a year and a half ago, I did not subscribe to cable TV, which meant I had no broadcast TV at all. Since then, TV watching has been Netflix or nothing. It was a choice based on frugality that had a philosophical savor to it. When that level of frugality is no longer necessary to reach my financial goals, I'll reevaluate. But dollars to donuts. Even if I resubscribe to cable, I'll still watch less than I did before. Bottled water, no sugar based snacks at work, eating out at any time other than Fridays, Saturday nights. As a result, the wife and I are losing weights and saving money. No more buying things on eBay. At first, it was fun, but then it started to get out of hand. I was ending up with things I did not really need or want because I loved looking around and making discoveries. It was showing up in my wallet. However, one day I clicked on the site and said to myself, no more. It has really been a relief. Plus, I had not realized what an amount of time it was using. Readers also mentioned that they had been happy to give up things unrelated to spending, such as sleeping until noon on the weekends, checking tmz.com, eating cereals, and sunbathing. I have a story to tell about feeling happier as a result of giving up something. About 5 years ago, I got a job at a local animal shelter. At the time I began my job, I was a big time carnivore. However, the longer I worked at the shelter, the more I became uncomfortable with the fact that 1 minute. I was eating some animals at the same time that I was saving others. I was being irrational. More importantly, I was also being inhuman. A few of my co workers were vegans, and I soon joined them. I don't eat meat, dairy products, or eggs. I don't buy clothing made from fur, leather, or wool. I have read Gary Toppe's book, Good Calories, Bad Calories. So I am not certain whether my diet produces any dramatic benefits in my health. But I do know that my behavior is now more consistent with my moral code. I also know that no matter what kind of a day I had, at the very least, I can go to bed knowing that I did not contribute to the exploitation of sentient creatures. I gave up processed sugar. This has been difficult, but not exactly for the reasons I thought it would be. I am a candy addict. I thought I would miss my Skittles and Starbursts and Lifesavers and Twizzlers and Rainbow gumballs like crazy. But because I really went cold turkey and told people about my plan, it has not been so tough. No negotiations, no little bits here and there, just no. I'm still getting used to taking my coffee black, though such a change from 5 to 7 Splendas 34 days later. Is it worth it? Yes, this is my one and only life. Obviously, people's choices will be different. Just because I'm happier when I don't buy office equipment does not mean that other people should stop buying highlighters. But although the resolution to give something up may sound severe and Spartan, it can feel good to choose to forego something. Samuel Butler wrote, Happiness and misery consist in a progression towards better or worse. It does not matter how high up or low down you are, it depends not on this, but on the direction in which you are tending. This seems the key to understanding the relationship between money and happiness. However, because people differ widely from one another in how they respond to money and the things it can purchase, it is practically impossible to make generalizations. Take my blender. When I replaced our leaky blender, I splurged and bought a very expensive, very powerful blender. For me, because I make some smoothies every day, this blender is a daily joy. For a person who never cooks, a fancy blender would be nothing but a means of conspicuous consumption. He had never give it another thought after buying it, and it won't add to his happiness. If money is to enhance your happiness, it must be used to support aspects of life that themselves bring happiness to you. Money, it is a good servant but a bad master. It was during this month, in the midst of trying to understand the mysteries of money, that I had a bout of happiness project despair. It had been a horrible Saturday morning. We were all in bad moods. Jamie had left me sleep late, which was nice, but my morning went downhill from the moment I emerged from the bedroom. After I had a cup of coffee, he asked if I could go to the gym, and I said yes, but I was stammering with resentment. Once he left, Elijah and Eleanor played nicely together for about 5 minutes, then he started poking, teasing, and yelling. At the Nadir, Eleanor was throwing a tantrum, lying on the floor, kicking her feet, beating her fists against the floor, and shrieking. Why? Elijah looked at me. Elijah joined in, sobbing. It is not my fault. I hate it when she cries. All my happiness project resolutions started flashing through my mind, but I did not want to sing in the morning, or take time to be silly, or give proofs of love. I wanted someone to worry about making me feel better. I had been trying so hard to keep my resolutions, but was it working? No, nothing about me had changed. But if I abandoned my resolutions, what were my opinions? I could sit on the floor and start howling. I could walk away from the girls, get into bed, and read a book, but would I be happier if I did? No. Minutes passed and none of us seemed able to move. I was furious at Jamie for being at the gym. Eleanor kept crying. Elijah kept crying. I stood in a doorway. This is ridiculous, I yelled. Both of you stop it. You are crying about nothing. Eleanor cried harder. Elijah cried harder. I fought back to urge to smack each of them. Do not yell at me, Elijah wailed. It is not my fault. Eleanor rotated her body on the floor so she could start kicking the walls instead. I had to do something. It took every ounce of moral strength that I possessed to say, crying makes a person thirsty. I am going to get you each a glass of water. Both girls love to drink water. I went to the kitchen. First, I opened a can of Diet Coke for myself. Then, I poured 2 glasses of water. I took a deep breath and tried to sound cheerful. Who is thirsty? Does anyone want some almonds? I crossed my fingers. Elijah and Eleanor struggled into the kitchen, snuffling melodramatically. They each took a drink of water and a few almonds. Then they sat down and drank more water and ate more almonds. Suddenly, the mood lightened a bit. Hey, I said to Elijah, did you eat much breakfast? No, she said, we started playing with my little ponies. Not to self, I said, don't let you two get too hungry. I started laughingly hysterically, and the girls stared at me as they munched away. That bad moment passed, but the rest of the day was hardly better. Elijah and Eleanor kept squabbling. Jamie and I kept bickering. Everybody was getting on my nerves. That afternoon, while I was trying to prod the girls into tidying up and the dozens of crayons that they had scattered over the kitchen floor, I suddenly noticed that Jamie had vanished. Jamie, I yelled a few times, then went to hunt him down. I was enraged to find him fast asleep in the flying Superman position on our bed. My scorekeeping kept running through my head. I got to sleep late. He got to go the gym. Why did he get to 1 minute? I'm not able to see the get to
Is it better now,
take.
sir?
It is better now. Get to take a nap. 2. What was I going to get in return? Remember, my conscience whispered no calculation. I ignored it. My happiness project was making me feel worse, not better. I was acutely aware of all the mistakes I was making and the steps I could be taking, but I just could not. I would not. To hell with the resolutions. Why was I even bothering with the resolutions? Many of them were actually directed at making other people happier, and no one appreciated my efforts. No one even noticed. I was particularly mad at Jamie. Did he ask me about my research? Did he utter one word of gratitude for the clean closets, the sweet emails, the decline in nagging? No pay. I could hear the girls in the next room. Mine, no mine. Well, I was playing with it. Don't push. You hurt my arm, and so on. I stormed into Jamie. Get up. Are you just going to listen to that? Do you enjoy hearing that shrieking and hitting? Jamie rolled over and rubbed his eyes. He fixed me with a look that I interpreted to mean, I'm waiting for you to get yourself under control. Don't just lie there. There is your this is your problem too. I snapped at him. What is? Listen to Elijah and Eleanor. They have been like this all day. You fix it. I'm sorry. I'm not being helpful, he said. I just don't know exactly what to do. So you figured you had wait for me to deal with it? Of course, he said, smiling. He held out his arms to me. I knew from my research that this was a I lay down next to him on the bed. Yes, he said, the yelling from the girls got louder than ominously quiet. Ah, the happy sounds of home. We both started laughing. Are we in harmony? He asked, even if I am a slacker napping husband. I guess, I said. I put my head against his chest. I will tell you what. Let us go to the park. We need to get outdoors. He sat up and yelled, put your shoes on. You too, we are going to the park. This announcement was greeted with the wails of indignation. Don't want put on shoes. I don't want to go to the park. Well, you are going to. I will help you both get ready. It was one of those days, and there would be others. A happiness project was no magic charm. But that night I did manage to keep one resolution: go to sleep earlier, and in the morning things looked a little better, although it took several days before my bad mood lifted completely. At least I was ready to tackle my resolutions again. Can somebody take over from here?
Sir, that's the end
Okay,
of the
thank
chapter.
you.
So we are open for discussion. People can share their insights of what we have read and what is your take. If you want, I can scroll the pages
Yeah,
again.
I think that would help the topic headings for
Yeah,
remembering and discussing.
yeah. So
So
is the
Am I
screen
personally,
audible?
visible?
I
Yeah,
like
I'll
the
share the
balance.
screen.
Yeah, I like the balanced approach by the author and how transparently she expresses herself about uh happiness and her experiences around it. And in this chapter also, I loved how she has also expressed what made her not so happy, and how she just overcame that also. So I love that part of it. And I love the concept, as she said, that the other things that we read yesterday, where she actually gave up some distinguishing characteristics of different people, and how it define us. And that was very helpful, very insightful for me personally. The uh, where she expresses that either we are maximizers or satisfiers, or both, in different situations or things. Then the spending out part. So all of that, I just really connected very well with that personally.
Yes, thank you, Mansi. That's very good. Well captured the essence of the reading. Anyone else would like to react? I'm just sharing the chapter again from the beginning.
Yeah, I will like to share something.
Yeah, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
See, I had books on CA students. Last year I was chairman board of studies. Maybe 50, 60 books. So yesterday and day before yesterday, I disposed all of them to make space for self-development books, my spiritual books. So giving something up gives a lot of happiness. I find that making space for something else. Similarly, in my activities, so I'm correlating this, with giving up something which makes a person more happy or goal oriented. So I think authors and money side also, when we give up, I had a passion to buy a lot of books. When I will enter a bookstore, I will spend 3 to 4 thousand. Now I have stopped doing that. So similarly, joining any course, that takes away time also and money also. So now I am choosy on that. I'm very selective on that. So this much is my sharing on this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I want to add, Deepaji, good morning.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Manish. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
See, I think before anything else, I think living a disciplined life which align with our core values and purpose of life is very important, because otherwise what happens is, let's say we start earning more money, but let's say if we are not not living a disciplined life, then we will start spending money in ways that doesn't support our discipline or the core values of life. Sometimes, eating out more, spending time in parties and things like that. So if if we don't spend money properly, right? So more money can work against you also, because when you eat out or you eat something, pizza, things like that, start spending, start partying, you happen to you lose your focus on other important areas of life, your health, your discipline, getting up early in the morning and things like that. So I think the main focus is that main point is one should live a very disciplined life, right? And money should not define your disciplined life. Money only supports your life in living your life in a meaningful way, right? So there was a study in US that after you start earning money more than, let's say, 75K salary, something, the research was there, it is doesn't add to happiness. The money beyond a time, money will not add to your happiness. It's only your, if you are doing what really makes you excited, you know working on important areas of life, finding success in the things that you are passionate about, right? So which give you so non-material things will give you more happiness, you know consistently, and material things can only give you happiness till a time. Because I see so many people around me, who are in government job, and they're earning good rental money, but their health is not good. All day they are sitting in front of the TV on the weekends, and if you talk to them, they don't have anything intellectual to talk. So my the point is that one should whatever we are doing, which align with our core values, and we should, whatever money we earn through our sincere effort will give you the real pleasure of life, right? And one more thing is, like, when we spend our day intentionally throughout the day, like focusing on what matters, spending mindfully on spending our time wisely with the colleagues, with other friends who are in business, or spending time on yourself, and get just be fully busy with that. So that will also keep us away from uh, like wasting our time, or it's just like, when I was in job, all the day we are busy in coding and things like that. We are working in all that, so we are keeping ourselves away from eating more, spending time on phone, on TV and things like that. So what I'm trying to say is, like, every day we should be spending our time very mindfully, and spending time on things that really give you the real happiness, right? And not just focus on money or other material things. Because if I am doing my things properly, all material things will follow, right? So, so that is basically, when you are doing things with our core passion, core purpose, core values, which give core happiness, so all other things will get aligned. So instead of changing people and other things, change on your own actions, own habits, and spend every hour very mindfully. So I think so that is my focus, and that gives me the real, the happiness that I look for. Thank you.
Thank you, Manish. Anyone else has any
Yeah.
more
Am I
experiences
audible?
to share? Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, I am currently explaining DOSE, dose effect. So it's an acronym for like dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, and endorphin. So currently I'm in the reading of dopamine section, and where I have read, like, suppose what one is mentioned about current in happiness project book related to buying to eBay. So these are the habits. Uh, so these habits, what happens when you have this buying from eBay? You will have a certain dopamine level is like not acceptable for brain. So what will brain do? So they will reduce the dopamine level very drastically. And this drastically low dopamine level make us depressive. It creates depression inside, anxiety inside us. So there is one point known as the AMCC. AMCC, the full form is anterior mid cingulate AMCC, right? So whenever this type of habit you have, like buying from eBay, suppose you have just having buying habit of buying from eBay, and you resist this habit. Suppose you are resisting it. So then this AMCC will light up at that moment. And many times, or whenever you do this type of activity, yes, you resist this type of activity, just of any habit, not just buying this, any type of habit, you want that is increasing your dopamine level, just like mobile scrolling. You are seeing the reels, right? So that is also one type of when you see the short video, the dopamine level surge, then brain will check imbalance. Like there is an imbalance, so it will reduce dopamine level. So sometimes we have felt like this, you will feel anxiety, you will feel depression, you will feel like I'm tired, right? But when you stop this activity, when you resist this activity, this AMCC will light up. And as many times you do this AMCC will stronger and stronger. And then this AMCC will help you to have a discipline in future. So this is the logic and this is the biologics behind this habit tracking.
Yeah, very true, very true.
Hello, Virenjit, listen.
In fact,
Thank you.
happy, like even exercise and things like that releases happy hormone, which I think dopamine or serotonin are also known as happy hormones. I'm not very sure, but I have read it somewhere also. So very true. And
Yes.
it is also designed like all these likes and everything on social media, and we get so addictive to it that because it is designed from that way, and actually there is a lot of research and everything that goes behind it, psychological things. So that's how we get hooked to these things.
Very true. Yes. Whatever gives us happiness, we click on it and the same thing keeps coming. Yeah. Has anyone compromised on spending on their fitness and health because something is expensive? If anyone has such experience, please share. We don't
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
a medicine
So
or we don't go for a treatment because it's expensive.
the
Yeah.
similar incident I have read. Yeah, the similar incident I have read yesterday. So there was one conversation between two people. So there is one dietitian, and there is one person who want to have a dieting. So all the measures are taken. Then person asked the dietitian, so how much is the fees? So the dietitian said it's a 5,000 per month. So the person said the 5,000 is too much for me. Then the dietitian asked how much you are spending on Zomato every month. So it was around like 8,000 around for that person. So the dietitian said, this is the mentality we have currently. We are ready to spend 8,000 per month on Zomato in spite of we are preparing food at home. But we are not ready to spend 5,000 for dietitian that will improve our life in future. So this is the mentality currently we have. This is the thinking we are pursuing currently.
Yes. Very true. Very true. Yeah. We spend on all these junk food, especially the delivery things. It might be something very fatty. We don't even know when it was cooked, what is the nutrition value, but we binge on it because it's good for our taste buds. But when it comes to good health, eating healthy, which is actually cheaper, most cost effective, budget friendly, but we see that in a expensive bracket. So yeah, we need to change our mindset. We need to reset our thinking. Very true. Being healthy actually is less expensive. Being unhealthy is expensive in terms of spending money and the healthcare. Very true. Very well said, Viren. Anyone else about the family thing, what we read today? Children becoming, unmanageable,
Deepak, am I audible?
they going through their tantrums and yeah, Pallavi, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk on the previous one, the previous question that you asked about have you compromised on the health? So, first of all, I would love
Yeah,
to
please
wish
go ahead.
everybody a very
You want
happy Doctor's Day and a CA Day. Today is a Doctor's Day and CA Day. First
Oh, wow.
is celebrated as a Doctor's Day. So what I feel ki generally people don't as you already said, we shouldn't compromise on the health because because it is always said when health is lost, everything is lost. Something is so we should always invest on our health. But what I think nowadays, I feel that there is some professionalism in sometimes doctor treat a patient as a murga type. कि वो फंस गया and he keep us in a loop of telling us what test we have to do, what mm, मतलब we sometimes if person says ki he is suffering from something, then he keeps on a loop. That's why we are not sure whether we should invest in that treatment or we should go for a second opinion or not go for that treatment or go for alternate treatment.
Yes, yes, Pallavi. And also, it's not necessary that expensive
Treatment is always better.
treatment, exotic treatment is perfect. Yeah. But not all the time. So we have to be educated enough about healthcare and not exactly related to the exotic thing or the money thing in that. We have to understand, we have to do our own steady research, survey, and decide which sort of treatment is good for us, which type of food is good for us, what aligns with our lifestyle, and what sort of precautions and care we have to take for ourselves to stay fit and healthy, mentally healthy, physically healthy, and in our
Very well.
relationship we have to be healthy, in our social circumstances, economic status we have to be healthy. So yeah, we can't get carried away by comparing and contrasting with our friends, neighbors, or our relatives, or with our peer group. We have to do our own study, what is suitable for us. So here the writer also mentions that as long as they lived in a small town, in a small place, and the job which the father had and whatever he was providing for the family, they felt themselves to be living a life of plenty and happiness. But someone else living in a big city, but not so comparatively fashionable part of that city, felt unhappy because they were poorer. But when we compare the person living in a poor place but being happy, and a person living in a rich place but not so rich as the other people, they feel unhappy. So sometimes the comparison makes us unhappy because our money is not as much as someone else. So we have to understand that money can provide certain luxuries, certain comforts, it can take care of necessities, but on its own, it can't make us happy. Another thing is money oils the wheels of life. On its own, it's not going to give us, all the things we require. So some of the people who have nothing can be happy, provided they are mentally fit, physically fit, and they're able to take care of their needs and not really worry about the tomorrow. Yeah, we don't have to worry about the future, but exact tomorrow, 24 hours later, also we can take care of things as long as we have that, and we are confident that we can sustain ourselves for the longer run with our abilities, with our talent, with our interest. That should keep us happy. That should keep us happy. But when we feel greedy, envious, when we are comparing our thing with someone else, then it becomes, catastrophic, and it can break down our mindset. So the dopamine comes in, serotonin comes in from within us. It's not an outside element. Money can't give us dopamine. Like you give a toy to a child, an expensive toy, colorful toy. Maybe they'll play with it for a couple of minutes, but then they lose interest. They want something, more exotic than that. So nowadays we see many experiments going around, many people doing this. They give the household thing, the ordinary stuff, and children are happy to pick up the ordinary stuff, a spatula, or a broken toy, and they're happy with that. They don't want to play with the exotic stuff. So certain observations, research also shows that happiness is linked to uh, just being satisfiers, not being a maximiers. That also the writer has talked about in plenty here. So our feeling good, the dopamine, that joy, that happiness, and feel good is very important, but it has little to do with money. And anything else, has buying things given anyone happiness? Like you get something on a discount sale, your friend bought something for 100 rupees, and you buy the exact same stuff for a lesser price. Does that give us a high? Yeah, I got a better bargain, better deal. Sometimes we do feel that way, right? Anyone else has any more shares to give today?
Yeah, I would say.
Yeah, please go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, like you are saying that sometimes the discounts gives us happiness. I will relate this with the context given in the book also. When the writer, got converted from meat eater to vegan. Like in our
Mm.
context, sometimes we may know smoothie maker is very costly in comparison to general blenders. So if he wanted to purchase that, he had money and it supported his happiness in purchasing that while he got converted from meat eater to vegan. So same, generally people, if they want to purchase, they want to get into veganism and they want to enjoy the smoothie also, definitely they need money. So I also believe in getting a balance between maximizers and minimizers and getting satisfiers. That if that thing is giving you happiness and it is supporting your, as Manish ji also said, it is satisfying your core values. Basically, depends on that. Although sometimes it may change from scenario to scenario, time to time also, but we need to be very mindful and having conscious choices. Sometimes we need to re-evaluate whether we need it. Then money is the thing that can give us happiness many times.
That's Suman, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Suman. That was very insightful. Yeah, thank you. Anyone else would like to share something about today's reading? Okay. In that case, what I'll do is I'll just quickly, we have about 5-6 minutes. I'll take you through the various chapters in the book, those who are joining us for the first time. So primarily this book is all about resolutions which we make in the month of Jan, in the first week of Jan. So she gives us a system how we can form a resolution for a specific month and how we can fulfill it and how we can be on our goal till the end of the year. So every month is meant for a certain system of living. So as you can see on the screen, month of January is to boost our energy, to be vital, and to be more energetic. So she starts by saying that her goal, these are her goals, 12 goals, 12 resolutions she has. And the writer, Gretchen Rubin, she's primarily by education, she's a lawyer, but she's not practicing lawyer anymore. She's a writer now. She has come up with various books on how to increase happiness and how to lead a fulfilling life. So she's not an unhappy person that she needs happiness in her life. She's very clear that everyone has potential to be more happier than what they are. So her life is actually, very content. She leads a sort of upper middle class life. Money wise, she's almost satisfied. She has two bright kids. She's happy with them. She has a husband who takes care of her emotional, social, financial needs. He's there for her all the time. She has parents and parent-in-laws with whom she's very close. She has a good sibling relationship. She has a very good friend circle. But she also feels that there is a possibility for me to maximize this joy. I don't have to be at this spot. So when she starts dealing with this idea that I can be more happier, she finds that there are various gaps in her life which she can better herself. So beginning with, she can sleep better. So we are living in she lives in New York, a city which never sleeps. So she gives us various strategies how to sleep better, how to get that even, few hours of sleep, which can make us more energetic. So she starts by saying that switch off all the lights, make the room dark. There shouldn't be any noise, no lights, and that can give you a better sleep. And then she says fitness is important. So she has already been walking and doing stuff, but that is not sufficient. Then she realizes going to the gym is good, sweating it out is good, and going with family and friends to the gym is good because we can motivate each other, can help each other. And then she talks in the month of Jan that keeping our home, our workplace clutter free. So she uses various organizing techniques and she throws away things and buys things which will keep her home in a very organized way. And then nagging people, how she can sometimes, as mothers or as parents and or as bosses, we nag people around us to do things or do things in a certain way. So she says that how we can overcome that nagging thing in us. We can't fix the world, as Manishji also said. We can fix ourselves. We can change our mindset. So that's very important. And then all these things makes her very energetic, very vital. And the entire chapter, as in all her writing in her blog everywhere, she shares her personal experience. That is the thing. She doesn't advise people per se. She does it for herself. She experiments it on herself. And when it is successful, she says, and why it failed, certain ideas, why it failed, she talks about that. And then the month of February is focused on, let me take you there. I'll quickly give a recap. So those of you who are motivated now to get back to your resolutions and fulfill them, maybe this book will help you. It can act as an anchor, as a guiding force to take you to fulfill your goals for the year. So February is a month of love. Yeah, it's a month of Valentine and all. So she ended January with the nagging part, and she says how to overcome nagging. So nagging is get this thing done. Why are you doing this? Why are you not doing that? So from that, and nagging ourselves, why this is happening, why this is not happening, complaining and creating chaos around us. So in our mind. So she shows various techniques how to overcome that. And then very important thing, we all want a pat on our back when something is happening. Like, for example, I made a good meal. I want an appreciation and a repeat of that appreciation from everyone. Like I hosted a kitty party. I want my friends to compliment me on the innovative games I put up, the kind of snacks and the gourmet food I produced from my stove, from my kitchen. I didn't order it. And the kind of setup I did for the home and how I did not disturb the family. The family also should appreciate that you went about doing your party, but you did not disturb us. So that sort of pat and appreciation all of us expect, but unfortunately, those compliments don't come at the right time. And we feel neglected. We feel that we have been used. So, कर्म कर फल की आशा मत कर. So it is our duty to do the work, but whatever fruits, as in that form of compliments which we expect, that leads to displeasure, that leads to anger, or cortisol. That is the bad hormone, the angry hormone, the depressing hormone that would come out. So as long as we are not having expectations of anything, that can lead us to happiness. So we should only go about doing stuff. She organizes a dinner party for her mother-in-law. She organizes, photo shoots with her in-laws and her children, so that the grandparents and grandkids can have a good time. But no one notices it and no one appreciates it. As long as we are expecting that, that happens, that dissatisfaction in a relationship happens. So she talks about that in the month of February. And March is all about, not finding support from her husband for her writing program. She wants him to give her a gold star, that although she's not doing her law or work, law related work for which she was educated, but she wants to be a writer and she has been a successful blogger. So she feels it's a time for me to launch myself into a writer, from a blogger to a writer. But then she feels that she's not getting the right support from her family or from her husband. So she realizes, instead of bickering and fighting with him, and that why you're not doing something for me, supporting me and guiding me, she finds other group of people outside, because her husband is not interested in being a writer. He doesn't understand the creativity involved in being a writer, or the moodiness, or what makes one a writer. So she finds a support group outside her family. Then she helps other people. She finds the heart of a writer in her daughter's teachers. She encourages that teacher to be a writer, and she becomes a successful writer. So helping others, instead of expecting help to come our way, if we help others, then 10 times the help will come our way. And she experiences this idea, and the month of March is focused on that. And it's okay to ask for help. I need help. Please help me. Many of us don't do that nowadays, but it's okay to ask for help. In fact, my personal experience also has been that, with the classroom technology today increasing and catapulting in such a high way, sometimes the new smart boards and the kind of things they have in the classroom, I don't understand. But I feel totally fine with asking my students, the staff, to come and help me. I don't know how this thing works, how this thing is not working. And when they guide me, I'm okay with that. I appreciate, yeah, you helped me. That was great. Thank you. And from there, I help them furthermore. So anything, no, money, technology is just a gadget. It's a tool for us to upgrade ourselves. On its own, it won't do everything. So today she talks about various gadgets also, which can improve her writing task. But on its own, it's not going to do anything. So she's okay with using all sorts of gadgets, all sorts of tools. But to be a writer, we need to be creative. So that also has been my personal experience. So the month of March was all that. And then April is all about, being happy by enjoying things which we like to do. Like she sings. When the children are frustrated, angry, and they're throwing a tantrum, we are getting late, she starts singing and allows the girls also to have a chorus singing. Singing doesn't require all of us to be a nightingale or to be a beautiful, sonorous singers. Even if we are bathroom singers, it's fine. It lightens up the body, it lightens up the mind, it lightens up the tension and the stress. So she switches to singing and lightening up everything. And then acknowledging anyone's feeling. If someone says, I'm angry, I'm upset, don't say, don't be angry, is not the way to deal with it. The best way to deal with anger or stress or frustration is, yes, you're angry. Okay, I understand you're angry. You can be angry, that's fine. You're stressed, I understand you're stressed. Yeah, and what can I do so that you can come out of that anger? What can I do to help you to de-stress yourself? So acknowledging someone's negative emotions is, so when we acknowledge someone's negative emotions, they feel validated that I can feel this way also, and it is possible for me to come out of that negative feeling. So we can accept negative emotions, and that is the biggest way to come out of it. The more we find negative emotions are to be bottled up and not to talked about, and to feel guilty that you felt negative, is not the way to let it out. The best way to let out anger, frustration is allow that person to express themselves, listen to them, understand what they are going through, and ask them how they can overcome that, what we can be done so that they can overcome that feeling. So we can take up small projects with that person or with the family, with our friends, to show that I relate to what you're going through. So that was all April. And the month of June is being very serious about having a fun time to do silly things, like she does pranks with her daughters, various things, just goofing up around, being a kid like her children, and having a fun time with family and friends, having an outing, not doing the things which we do regularly. And if things go bad, just laugh it out. So she shares the experiences related to being silly and goofing time. And the month of June is catching up with friends, celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. One of the things which can upset in a friendship or relationship or in a reunion is that we forget names, we forget the dates, we forget the good memories. So capturing those good memories in a photograph and passing on to a friend, and making a collage of a good time, a good thoughts, is very important. At the same time, talking about someone behind their back, gossiping about them, is very, can hurt someone. And the most important is, every month we should try to make more friends, more acquaintances. Our circle of friends and network should always be increasing. My observation is that personally, what I have seen is people who close up, they are happy to live. They believe they are happy to have a limited circle. They find it very difficult to let out, and it can be stressful. So it's very important that we add on more people in our contact, and we are there for them and they are there for us. So our network of friends, our kingdom of friends, should always be spreading. Whether we increase our money, whether we increase our comforts or not, but friend circle every month, at least minimum. The writer here suggests 3 people. I suggest at least one person should be added to your portfolio of friends, with whom you can share, with whom they can share whatever they want. And here gossip is shouldn't be there, and we should be a confidential person. We shouldn't share what one person has said to someone else. That is the key to good friendship. So these are the secrets of happiness. And now we are in the month of July, we have read. So July, again, quick recap is money, how to manage money, how much we should indulge, how much important significance we should be giving to money. So that was my quick recap till the 6 months of our reading. If anyone else has any more thing to share about what we have read, or you want to know more about the happiness project, please let me know. I am there in our P Club as well as in the Felt group and NLP and beyond. You can connect with me or with Mansi. And my
Deepa,
name is
I would
Deepa
suggest
Janakrajan. Deepa Janakrajan
yeah, I just wanted to share, Deepa,
is what you might
share
see in
the
WhatsApp and Zoom call. So you can just connect with me anytime. Yeah, thank you.
Deepa, just wanted to share. Am I audible?
Yeah, perfectly.
Yeah. So I just wanted to share that do share the Happiness Project group link. So in case anyone wants to join for the particular interest of it, like
Yes, yes.
to make it their project
And we
and
have
work
a
on it.
dedicated
Yeah.
group. Yeah, that group link I'll share.
So
And
I would
again, we'll
suggest
be
just
coming
share that
back.
in B Club also, the group link.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to join, they can join. Like,
So Happiness Project is a 12 months project, 1 year project. So it was not written this year. It was written quite some time back, but every year it can be read, because more or less the ideas would be the same. Our resolutions would be the same. So we took this book, and again we'll be coming back to reading of this book at the end of this month, July end. 2 days we'll be taking up, depending on the length of the chapter. July we are done. August we'll be reading next month, this month end, July end. So I welcome you all. Meanwhile, you can all go through the book again. I'll share the PDF and I'll share the link as Mansi suggested. Thank you to everyone who shared their feelings and their thoughts on this happiness project. If anyone has anything more to share here, please go ahead. The room is open for further discussion if anyone wants. Aarti, I see you're back today. Would you like to share anything again? Yesterday it was very insightful. Samina, Rajesh, anyone else has anything to share? Please share.
Deepa, I want to join the happiness project, and today I joined quite late, so there's like missing link. So I'll share next time whenever
Okay,
I
thank
have.
you.
Okay.
And in the happiness project group, once I share the link, once you join, you can share your feelings and how you're dealing with decluttering or adding friends in your life, how you're managing money. You can put in your shares, you can type it, you can put a short voice note, you can share some flyers. All that is welcome related to your own happiness project. So
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
yeah, so I guess we can wind up for the day on happiness project for this month, and I'll meet you all again at the end of July, and we'll read about August then. Thank you for joining in today. Have a great day. Make your day great. Have a wonderful time. Stay blessed. Stay happy.
Thank you very much. Thank
Thank you,
you.
Deepa. Thank you. We'll
Thank
get in
you.
touch with you, Deepa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
thank
would
you
be
for
fantastic.
doing this, Deepa, for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
It
the
was a
opportunity.
wonderful today's session, last 2 days. So thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being there. And my network of friends is increasing. And that is adding to my quotient of happiness. Thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone. Bye.